is it's time for my Scraplift You. Actually, the time for that was yesterday, so I'm a little bit late. I'm combining that with Scrappy Kathy and Scrappy Adam's Scrapback Woods. So I'm using the kit that I put together for that, and I'll link in the description box to my kit share. And one of the things that I wanted to do is use these sticker sheets, which is what the kit was based on. There's supposed to be another one. Where is it? It's here somewhere. Oh, here it is. And one reason why I struggle to use these is because they're so massive. Combining it with my Scraplift You works well, because I was looking for some kind of way of busting a bunch of these stickers on one layout. And I came up with these sorts of, a lot of these layouts that have frames printed on them, or sort of grid type layouts. And what I liked about this one is that the frames kind of, some of them start cut off the top of the page, and I'm pretty sure this is a printed paper from my mind's eye, and maybe I've even got this one, but it doesn't really matter. I can apply that same concept with the stickers. But after looking at a few different types of layouts like this is the one that I decided would be closest to, I guess, the plan that had sort of formulated in my head. And it's also good for this particular story. I've got a bunch of random photos from the same day, and there's not one particular story. There's just, it's another infusion layout, but instead of one sort of theme, there's a whole bunch of little things that about that particular one that I want to document. So I think it's going to be a good layout to do it with. This one obviously is by Valerie Arts 2. That's her Instagram. I will link to the particular Insta post, and if she's got any other socials, I can't remember off the top of my head whether she's got a YouTube channel or not, but if she does, then I'll link that. Anyway, moving on. So normally Scrappy Adam and Scrappy Kathy release their Scrap Backwards videos every Monday. They've done 2 sketches so far, and I'll probably just do a bit of a binge scrap and do both of them at once, and that'll take me up to 3. What I did do is I printed the photos from that particular infusion, which I call my go-go juice. It's not quite as go-go-y as it sounds, believe me, but in different sizes. So there's, I think, 4 or 5, no more than 6, I think, between 4 and 6 photos, different sizes, slightly different shapes. I just wasn't sure when I laid it out how I'd want them. So it gives me options, because Valerie here has used, you know, some smaller ones, some bigger ones, and one of the stickers or each of these sheets is round, so I definitely want to use that one. The papers, I said in my kit share, I was only going to put in full sheets of 12 by 12 paper for the background, except one, which is one that I want to use, but I don't know if it'll work as a background, and that's this one. So I don't think that's going to work as a background. So I'm going to eliminate that one straight away. And probably this one. I do want to use this one as a background with this side, but not for this. Which leaves me with these 3. Now, I don't think this one either. Initially this caught my eye because the logo of the hospital is like a white letter C on a red background, and it's sort of like the blouses that the nurses wear. It's kind of like a scattered, sort of a densely packed kind of pattern like this one. But I was trying to imagine what the stickers would look like against that, and I think that's not going to work. So I think I'm going to go with boring beige, because this one's red too, but I'm like, yeah, one. And so I figured, all right, it's out of these. And I'm going to lean towards this one with the stripes, simply because this ledger has a border that goes all the way around. It could still work, but if I want to run some of the frames off the edge, I think it will work better with a pattern that sort of, there's no particular start or finish to it. So I think what I'm going to do first is pick the stickers, make my grid, and then figure out what's going to go in each of them. Got a whole bunch of random embellies that I can use as well. Branding strip is off. Now, the photos I put through, I used a slightly warm, almost vintagey kind of filter, just to make them work with the sort of vintage vibe that Sasa, Basic Grey and Scenic Route have going. Red and blue seem to be, and black are the most predominating colours, and sort of browns and beiges. So I think I'll probably focus on the red and blue stickers. At least that way it gives me a starting point. So what I might do is peel some of them off and just gently place them down. That way I can put them back if I change my mind. Down my frames, and I've gone through the photo pile and kind of figured out what's going to go where, maybe tentatively. I suppose the title could go there or there. I don't know what that's going to be yet. Most of these only need sort of a little line or two of journaling, except this one's going to need a lot more. This happened on the 30th of December. So we'd had no cases. I think, in fact, it was that day when I got home that we found out we'd had the first case of Rona in about 3 months. And it was, you know, we'd had no cases for 3 months, and they invest in this facial recognition, handy-dandy temp screen type camera thing. And then, of course, they want you to go and sign in using iPads with your finger. I mean, seriously, this is a hospital, people. I'm thinking maybe I could sort of journal in my tiniest little handwriting here, and that will encompass this photo and this photo. In fact, I might trim this one down slightly just so you can see that cute little row of hearts. That one is fine. I'm not sure whether I'll cut this one down. I think it's probably okay. This one's really good. It covers up that weird little dog. And even if I move it all the way down there, I've still got a line where I could put some journaling, even if I have to write it on something else and then stick it. That'll do it. I'm going to start sticking. I hope I'm going to have enough room for bellies, because it's going to make me sad if I don't. And get that longer bit of journaling done. So I know those Vicky Bouton thickers are not part of my kit, but I couldn't think of anything for the title that would sort of encompass a whole lot of little random stories, and that seemed to work pretty well, seemed to fit, and I might use some more of those holographic-y gold embellies here and there. And somewhere I have the plastic bows, but I cannot find them right now, and I'm actually rather upset about that. So I may have to put one on at the end. Maybe I'll cover up my journaling like a boss. That's got some peach lines. Oh, I thought I'd cut this one up and put it, or even not cut it up here, because he doesn't like having photos. These were in that box. Okay, so this is not a girly photo. One of our favourite things to do is to watch grand tour. He even saved an episode to watch with me at the hospital because we like our cars. I've looked and looked, I still can't find those bows. That's driving me mental. Never mind. They'll probably show up when I've finished and uploaded the video. So that pen that I used for the journaling, it's a pigment ink that should dry. That one's not too bad, but looking at this one from an angle, this sticker for whatever reason is not drying all that well. So I'm thinking if I shove that down in there, I can put something else up there and I won't have to worry about that. Because I want some of the flowers to show. I'm going to put a foam square under one of these corners just so it stays up, and something there but I don't know what. Some of these flowers have naked buttons and you know how I feel about naked buttons. These ones don't. Come on, Sasa. This one, I'm going to shove that down the side, but I might trim it down just a little bit. Yeah, I like the idea of putting that up there. Plus signs. That's kind of hospital-y. That's not a bad idea actually, to use some more black, because otherwise that black lettering is going to be the only black there. Nope, it's a bit short. And one of these in the corner. I think I want to use this one somewhere, because these two are here. I want to use it somewhere on this side. Doesn't leave me with too many options, but I'll put it up there just as a mental note, unless I put it there somewhere. These Jenny Bolden flatbacks. I'm saving that one for a very specific layout, but I think this one, just with the smiley, might be the very thing to go here. We'll have to write that it's decaf, because I'm only allowed decaf when I have these things, which means that the face should be like that, but it's still coffee, albeit brown sadness water. That camera would be awesome were it not for the fact that it's, well, there's a little bit of green up there. Do you think we can get away with it though? Maybe yes. And some of these other ones, but I think it does need something underneath it. So I could put a bit of paper there. I'm going to peel off the foam squares off the back of these. They're sticky enough, but I would prefer to be able to get the needle and thread through. Ink on the camera. Actually, that's not bad because that's camera and that camera. Alright, glue dots. I think I'm going to put this here because that's kind of, smile for the camera. This works for me here because that's sort of a connection with this flower down here. I'm just going to have to apply brute force. And this I will put a glue dot under. But where did I put my, here, tickets. So I'll cut this one in half. That's good. That's got my writing in a few other places. That one was supposed to go there. Oops. Something a bit extra here. Yeah, I haven't quite found it. Unless I use these two flowers which have the gems, I won't have to worry about stitching. Put one here and one here. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'm just going to put a glue dot right on the back of that foam thingy. But a row of 3 hearts actually works well. Nearly there. I'm going to shove this itty bitty tiny label, try and shove it sort of under that star, because I think pink labels need to be in a few more places. And I'm still holding out that I'll find those bows. I mean, where could they go, right? The packet's not exactly small. Now, for here, I remembered that what I like to do is put the numbers down for everything, and 2 of the sticker sheets have numbers. So this one was number 45. Here's my almost finished layout. I still need to stitch down these two flowers and find the plastic bows. Yeah, please go and check out all the other girls who are taking part in I Scraplift You. They will have already done theirs like a day or 2 ago. And also please go and check out Scrappy Kathy and Scrappy Adam and everybody who is doing videos as part of the Scrap Backwards concept. So thanks so much for watching. Hope to see you again soon. Bye.